Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another podcast with me. Muhammad Hussein is here, and we are going to talk about again some other questions he provided for us. Let me just set the time. Okay, good. Go on, Muhammad Hussein.
So first of all, again, I'm so happy to be here, to just be in front of you, and we're gonna have this interesting conversation regarding, and the topic today. Let me just say this quickly. The topic today is really interesting, but at the same time challenging. It is related to marriage. So, if you are ready, I'm just gonna ask
First
you.
of all, I want to ask you some just questions. The first question
Why
is
me?
that,
That's
okay.
unexpected.
How old are you?
Me,
Yes.
21.
21. So we are going to answer these questions because we are going to prepare you for future marriage or something, right?
Yes.
Okay,
for my
good.
prospective partner.
That's good. That's
yes,
good.
these can help me.
That's nice.
Can be a help for me to just have a successful marriage. But anyways, as said, I just want you to talk about the thing that springs to your mind as you hear the word marriage. Can you talk about it a little bit?
I'm really pleased with answering some questions that it is like just you're coming up an alien asking some questions because that is not in my blood talking about marriage or other things. Although I had marriage which end in divorce, but
So sorry to
no,
hear that.
it was a very good experience. But just seriously, when people talk about marriage, marriage is marriage. Some when people talk about marriage, the first thing that comes to their mind, marriage is like I'm repeating that because I want to just
Yes,
make something out of it.
take your time.
Some
okay.
people talk about commitment.
Uh-huh.
Marriage is about commitment, and in the classic definition, mostly people were talking like this. But I suppose it was like just having a family, producing some children. Let's say it was about reproduction.
Yes.
And just running the life not alone with someone else, in my opinion.
So that is really beautiful. I mean,
I said in my opinion, but tell you the truth, it is my opinion which roots in the classic definition, which I have in mind because just I haven't read it before.
that's really beautiful said, because when it comes to marriage, the thing that comes to my mind is commitment too. Because I think commitment is so important, is literally the most important thing, and we're supposed to think about it deeply the time we want to start a family with someone. Yes, with, for example, a partner and a prospective partner, and etc., etc. So,
You raised the topic of commitment, and something that passes my mind suddenly was that just why mostly people who tangle in this relationship, I say tangle intentionally because it is somehow like that, they are not committed. If the definition is like this, why they are not committed?
I don't know, the reason that is complicated to talk about, because as you know, these days everyone is trying to advertise commitment. Guys, be committed to one another. But the thing is, no one is just even paying just a little bit attention to
So
commitment.
the question is why?
So I don't know that you are the one who are
I am not the
supposed
one to answer this question,
question.
but I believe because there are some people who have more knowledge in this regard, but sometimes I believe that we are not going to be committed for long time because people are changing during time, and after a period of time you don't see you marry someone, but after a period of time you don't see that the same person you had the first day of marriage, and this is not the same thing. The person has changed a lot. I mean, time revolutionizes people's characteristic. People,
Exactly.
after a period of time, they change to something else, something that you never expect them to be. I mean, a person who was not thinking about money suddenly turns to a person who is just 24/7 paying attention to money or other things. After 35, lots of changes happen to people. After 40, again, the changes are massive. After 45, I suppose other things happen. So it is a little bit tough to keep yourself steady. I mean, keep your characteristics steady and you don't change it. And being committed, and the negative point is it is not just a person, it's about two, let's say, separated identity, separated characters, separated individuals who are going to go through some change. When they undergo this path, you see that after a period of time, they turn to someone else. And you see maybe in the embryonic levels of that marriage, they were somehow the same, but during time, they go to different path. And after 10 years, they are not the same people anymore. One of the
Exactly.
reasons they don't stay committed is not because they don't love each other anymore, or they don't. No, the problem, in my opinion, is that they change completely. I mean, they
Exactly.
go through different path and they change. What is your take on that?
That's really beautiful that we people are always evolving and we are always changing. And we cannot, for example, choose someone and say, hey, that is my future love and that will be my
I believe
my love
future
forever.
future partner is not a good thing. The best thing is my partner now, or for example, in just some years. But when you want to just think about someone as a future partner or your permanent partner, it is, in my opinion, is a little bit complicated, unless you both go through the same path during your growth.
So you mean your partner can be taken for granted
No,
since
no, no. I didn't say that you
you
take
are
someone for
changing?
granted. No, 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 no. If they both go through one path, they will
Uh-huh.
have a successful marriage.
Uh-huh.
But if they just segue, if they maneuver through the path and they choose different things, I don't think that they can just end up well.
I didn't prepare this question, but it came to my
Mm-hmm.
mind as you were talking. The thing is, I just wanted you to compare people in the past. I think people in the past were committed. They were
Mm-hmm.
forced to, for example, stay in a relationship, even that
You
relationship
know,
isn't
Muhammad,
going
I
well.
believe
But nowadays, no, that is not
life
possible.
was not this much complicated first, and we didn't have that much of variety.
Exactly.
Or if even we had the variety, it was not just so obvious. People didn't know about it. Social media has affected a lot because it provided us with the new vision in life. We can
Exactly.
see different things. In
Yes.
the past, we didn't have this opportunity. Maybe it is one of the reasons. It's a multivariable case. You cannot say that it is because of this single issue, and to each individual it is totally a different story.
So since I'm speechless, I think maybe it is better to move on to the
Oh,
next
good. Okay.
question. Let me just ask it. The next question is marriage different today than it was 100 years ago? I think we talked about it a
And
little bit,
I don't have the experience of living 100 years ago, 100 year ago.
but
So,
come on, you can compare it, yes?
as long as I wasn't there, so
But you have your parents, someone.
again, my parents do not live something like 100 years,
I'm so sorry for
and
that.
I don't have any idea about their, I mean, my
Maybe
grandparents'
50
marriage.
years ago or so.
50 years ago, I was not born again.
So
So
you're beating around the bush. Maybe better
no,
to just
because
ask him
I
one
don't
more
have any
question.
idea. As I said, they didn't have any variety to just go through it and see different things. Maybe it is one of the things.
Exactly, and you talked about it. Didn't expect you to talk about it, so
Okay,
I
thank
just
you.
prepared this. So, the next one, and I think this is really my question. That are there any rules to marriage, to successful marriage?
Rule? What do you mean?
Are there any, for example, do's and don'ts that you should observe when it comes to marriage?
You know the
I
most.
regret choosing the
No, 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 no,
topic
no, 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 no,
marriage.
no,
I'm so sorry for
no, no,
that.
no. You know, the most important thing is that you should be satisfied with your partner's appearance first. Second, you should be 100% satisfied with your partner's mindset. If you are happy with that, at least I can guarantee you will have a short period of time of enjoying your, let's say, partnership. And you should know that the person is not acting that kind of characteristics or mindset, and the person is just purely himself or herself, and he or she is just doing the thing that she or he believes in. So I suppose if you're happy with the appearance and the mindset, you will have a good period of time, maybe short, but it would be very good.
Seriously, are you trying to say that someone's appearance is important? Because imagine the time, for example. I'm so
Appearance, I
sorry.
said appearance and mindset, both of them. And yes,
So
are
you
good.
said the first one is appearance.
You know, the first
Yes.
thing that attracts you is appearance. The first thing. Mostly you don't just get attracted through the mind, because when you see someone in the street, you don't see the mind.
I've thought about maybe someone's character attributes are more important
Yes,
than
of course.
their
You know, it
appearance.
is like just these two complete each other. I mean, appearance without the mindset, your favorite, I call it favorite part characteristic, because maybe the mindset you are looking for in your partner is not the one others want in their partner, but it should complete the, let's say, facial beauty or just other attractions.
Can I say
Physical.
something?
Yes, of course.
This expectation, maybe that is the reason that these days most women are just trying to change themselves, are just trying to undergo cosmetic surgery to be more beautiful,
I'm not
to
talking
grab
about women. I don't
attention.
want to be just. I don't want to talk about one gender, but generally nowadays, because boys are doing the same thing nowadays, they are just working on their physical beauty, spending time in gym. But I suppose it is mostly because they don't want to spend any time on their uh, mental beauty. I mean, their mind is not
Exactly.
important for them. Because of that, they want to just compensate that one with another thing. They want to spend more time on one aspect, but the reality is that that one aspect is not enough.
Exactly, the time that
But
you like
generally, when you
something.
see someone, the first thing that you see is the appearance. I know that maybe you have a classmate, you lived with that classmate in the same class for something like a year, and after that, you just fall in love with that person. But the reality is, at first, again, you had some, I don't know, maybe you had some attraction to that face, or I mean, at least the person is. In a way, I don't want to say though you can tolerate, the person is the way that you can say, I like that person, at least.
And the thing is, yes, appearance plays an important role, but again, I think I'm just gonna emphasize on the fact that yes, your attention will be grabbed by appearance, someone's appearance, but then you should try get to know that person, get to know his habits, his, for example, red lines and values, and then just to start deciding that yes, this is my person, so I'm just gonna have a relationship with it. And yes, I think that is really beautiful. We, I think, arrive at compromise. Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It is a good one.
So,
Let's just wrap
we
it
were
up.
supposed to
Yeah, it's good.
break it
Yes.
up. It's okay.
It was very nice, guys.
Thank you so much.
Having us. Thank you for just spending some time watching us. I really thank Muhammad Hussein for participating in this
for inviting me.
podcast, and see you next week.
Bye bye.